I thought today I would give you a little look at the William Pryor Letchworth Museum. It's a really wonderful museum to go in. If you're out hiking and you want to get in and get cool and see some really interesting things, I would suggest coming here. Mr. Letchworth himself was a collector of artifacts, and he greatly enjoyed the Native American culture that surrounded him here in this area. So let's take a look inside and see what's left. A lot of the collection is his. It's been curated recently. In 2007, it's been all redone. The displays are a little different. You'll notice these two big trees here. These are Katsura trees. One is a male and one is a female. And they are doing quite well. They're actually from Japan, I believe. So let's take a look at the front. Well, here's the entrance. This wasn't here when Mr. Letchworth lived here. His museum was up on the hill behind it, this building, at the council grounds. There was great fear that, seeing that it was made out of wood, the original one, that it could possibly catch fire and burn down and all the artifacts would be lost. And so around 1912, 1913, they decided to build this museum to house his collection and all the other pioneer history that's in the area. Always work going on here. These steps will be replaced at some time this year, and so they're doing a good job keeping up with the maintenance of this beautiful museum. It's over 100 years old now. Well, here's the massive door that we just came through. You don't see doors like this much anymore. It's a heavy-duty door made all of hardwood. I'm guessing possibly chestnut, but when you come through, this is the view you get, and you see there's a sign-in sheet here to record where you're from. People from all over the world come here and visit. The room to the right is a video room where you can watch videos on the park. You just tell the attendant that you'd like to see the videos and they'll take care of that. And the room on the left has the Civil War exhibit and the Mr. William Pryor Letchworth Library. Now when you come in, this has all been redone. There's a lot of artifacts here that were saved by Mr. Letchworth, and there's a lot of stories on his life here. This is the piano that was in his home, just a beautifully preserved instrument. It said it was manufactured around 1872, and it definitely had a place of honor in the Glen Iris estate. There's different family members here, Mr. Letchworth, of course, himself, and so on. The original gates to the entrance of his property are right here. And then each gate had actually twisted gold metal wire, Glen, and then Iris would be over here, of course. So this is just to give you a little look at what's kind of in here, and we'll take a walk across to the next area. So we'll start from there. This is my favorite room, of course, because this is where all the artifacts are, the Native American artifacts. A lot of these, most of these were collected by Mr. Letchworth. You can see some really interesting things in this case here. Some of the stuff from the Plains Indians. Wonderful collection. There's different cases here that kind of give timelines and things as to who the peoples were that were living in this area. This is kind of an area to show you the different tribes, you know, of the 6 nations. Well, actually, original 5 nations that Tuscaroras joined in 1722 to make it 6 nations. But there's wampum, all kinds of things. A little bit of stuff from outside the area. We didn't have pottery like this, but this is Mississippian material. And Mr. Letchworth loved to collect all these things because he had such a great passion and interest in all this. Now behind me here is one of the things that was found locally. This is the skull of a mastodon. Pretty impressive tusks on this. And these would have been pursued by the Paleo Indians. It's quite a massive thing, and it was found on a gravel bank just outside the park down near the village of Pike. Now if you're interested in geology, there's a great exhibit here that kind of breaks down what the earth and the bedrock is made of below us. I've tried to contribute to this any way I could. I had some trilobites that I'd found, and if you look here, you'll see a couple of the trilobites that I had picked up and donated to this museum. Now personally, one of my favorite things is this right here. It's an interactive video display showing how an arrowhead is being made. These are the tools that would have been used, and it shows some of the stages of reduction here, from a spalled to a primary thinning, secondary thinning, biface, and then preform and finished point. Now, I made all these things and donated them, and if you see here, there's a video playing, and if you pick up a phone, you can listen to what I'm saying and explaining as I make this. So this is real popular with the kids. They kind of get an idea just how Indian artifacts were made, and I'm glad I could contribute this. This is a picture of me talking to the children on Letchworth birthday celebration, showing an arrow that I had made. And what I like most about this picture are these kids. Their attention is just focused so heavily on what I'm talking about, and not on electronic devices and pushing buttons and all that. This is really what it's all about when you're a kid. Wonderful displays here. We've got some more artifacts in here, different time periods. This is the metalwood transitional era, and so on. Just a great place to visit. I'd highly recommend it. If you like history, here's some more of some of the native people. This is Corn Planter. He was living in this area around the time this land was being settled by Europeans. Wonderful early painting. Notice that it shows a wooden bridge at that time. That bridge was built between 1852 and 1875 when it burned. It's really an icon, and then we have the steel bridge that's there, and that's going to be replaced in the next 2 or 3 years too, because it's lived 140 years in that place. It's done well, but it's time for a new one. This is a rustic piece of furniture. It used to be in a place called Hornby Lodge, which was perched above the canyon and actually under an area where they were going to put a canal tunnel. The rock was too loose, so they had to blast away the face of the cliff, and when they did, down came the lodge because it was perched above that area. Anyway, it's a pretty brief look at what we have here to look at. I think that anybody that comes here will really enjoy their visit. It's nice and cool in here, nice timeline here, showing again some of the different time periods that native cultures lived through here. Look at this multi-pitted stone. Doing a lot of work with these. Of course, pestles, we all know what those are. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope this inspires you to come to Letchworth and to take a look at this for yourself. There's lots more here to do at Letchworth than just see things like this. There's hiking, there's rafting, there's ballooning, there's picnicking, you name it, and it can be found at Letchworth Park. #1 state park this year in the country, voted by the USA Today Readers Poll. We're very proud of that fact, and we hope that that inspires you to come here and visit us. So thanks again for watching, and as always, there'll be more.